Hello, I'm Wilf Wilkinson, and I'm the current chairman of the Rotary Foundation Trustees. And I've been given an opportunity, for the first time, to speak to an E-Club. This is a special E-Club because it's in District 3190, and it's from Bangalore. And I've been to Bangalore several times, but now I've met some of the members of the Bangalore Club. We've had quite a talk about Rotary and E-Clubs. And I was quite pleased to hear how this E-Club is made up of many members who were before Rotaractors and have now moved into Rotary through E-Clubs. I think this is a great start. And I think that E-Clubs are catching on in many parts of the world, but it's particularly good to have this happen in India. I know that E-Clubs and the foundations seem to be, to some extent, at a distance. And that's understandable because we're not talking to you on a regular basis like we do at meetings. But your E-Club that gets together at least once a month, that has regular meetings, is an opportunity for me to tell you about the Rotary Foundation. You know, last year there was over 8,000 Rotary clubs in the world that didn't give anything to the Rotary Foundation. The Rotary Foundation, whose theme is doing good in the world. It is the highlight of Rotary International. We've had so many projects over the years, starting way back with the Ambassador Scholarship Program, and then the GSE program, and then gradually we moved into matching grants. And now we have polio. And now we've moved once more into the future vision plan of the Rotary Foundation. Now, with 6 areas of focus. And I was so pleased to see that one of the projects that you're putting forward fits right into one of the 6 avenues of service. Here where you are trying to do something in the whole area of healthcare. I think that's an excellent project. I think it's an excellent project and one that you could be very proud of. One that you are working on, as I see here in the paper, on blindness prevention and community diabetes care, including tele-ophthalmology. That seems to fit right in to what the Rotary Foundation is trying to do, providing long-term solutions to important projects. Naturally, when I said that maybe 8,000 clubs hadn't contributed to the Rotary Foundation last year, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate because I know that I should correct myself. It's not 8,000 clubs that didn't contribute anything to the foundation. It's 8,000 clubs that didn't commit anything to the annual programs fund. The annual programs fund. Many of those clubs did contribute last year to the polio eradication, and that's important. Because if there's one thing about the Rotary Foundation, is the eradication of polio. You know, this is the largest public-private healthcare initiative in the whole history of the world. And I would hope that E-Club members, just like members in every other club, are over 34,000 clubs around the world, would want to be able to say that they've done something for polio. One way to do it, of course, is giving to the annual programs fund, because a certain amount of money does find its way from the annual programs fund to the polio campaign. Usually by the contribution of part of the district designated funds. But not to be able to say, when we finally eradicate polio, which will be in a couple more years, with only 3 countries left, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Afghanistan, to be able to say, I did that. I did that. Now, probably some of the E-Club members have already worked in India, because India has been the highlight of the polio campaign. If it hadn't been for India becoming polio-free, I question whether this project would still be going on. It just came at the right time when people were saying, it can't happen, it can't happen. But India changed that. India proved that it could happen. We've been arguing all along that China had managed to eradicate polio, Brazil had eradicated polio, and many other large countries in Africa had eradicated polio. But everybody said, but India, but the over 1 billion population, that's impossible. But Indian Rotarians, and I hope many of the E-Club members, made that happen. So I salute all Indian Rotarians for that support. They're making the difference, and we're now working to, as I said, complete the largest public-private healthcare initiative in the whole history of the world. Each of you is being asked to participate in that. But I'm also asking that you also remember the Annual Programs Fund. My objective this year for the Annual Programs Fund is that we would raise $120 million. Half of that in 3 years' time would go back to the districts to do projects either locally or projects that they are anxious to do in some other country. But the decisions would be made at the local level. The other money would be used for projects in the 6 areas of focus, like the one that you're suggesting right now. We think that this is important. And not only Rotary thinks that way, because just this last week, I was in Chicago, and the Rotary Foundation's representatives were invited to a black tie dinner. A black tie dinner that sort of looked like the special awards. And this was a dinner that was organized. This was the Edison Foundation. The Edison Foundation was created to honor the memory of Edison, who founded the first light bulb, and who was very involved in all sorts of inventions after that. And this foundation recognizes corporations and nonprofit organizations that are coming up with unique ideas how to serve their community. At that dinner, where there was 440 people at the Navy Pier in Chicago, we saw winners, either in the area just of bronze, silver, or gold. And Rotary, in the nonprofit division, won the award for the Future Vision Plan. This was looked upon by the expert panel that reviewed it as being something great initiative, very innovative. And they felt that won us an award. And in our category where we won the silver medal, there was over 200 applicants, 200 nonprofit organizations were reviewed, and Rotary was chosen because of the Future Vision Plan, because of its emphasis on sustainability, its emphasis on making sure that when the Rotarians leave, that the project carries on. That really impressed the judges very, very much. We were there with all sorts of big corporations that also won prizes, like Caterpillar Tractor Company, AT&T, a whole series of other large corporations, the Kleenex Corporation, all in their different categories. But we were very proud to be able to say that your foundation, the Rotary Foundation, was one of those prize winners. So let me conclude by just telling you that I've been a member of Rotary for 50 years. Maybe I should have joined an E-Club, I don't know. But 50 years ago, there were no E-Clubs. But Rotary has developed, Rotary has expanded, Rotary has grown. And e-clubs have played a big portion in that. And therefore I encourage you to increase your membership. Work through with your officers. Try to have at least a monthly meeting, because I know that's what you're trying to do. A family meeting, that sounded like a wonderful idea. A family meeting. And I do wish you every success. I know that the E-Club of Bangalore in District 3190 will be a great success. Thank you.